am Dylan.
And I'm Keon.
And this is Trust Your Doctor, that podcast where taking hostages is standard procedure. Because this week we watched Kinder.
Written by Christopher Bailey.
Directed by Peter Grimwade.
And aired in February of 1982. So, kinda good.
Kind of.
I think you mean kinda.
Yeah, sure.
No, it's actually kinda.
Yeah. Like, he keeps... Every time they said it, I thought of those, those eggs with the little things inside.
Oh, Kinder eggs?
Yeah.
Huh.
Except it's Kinder, if you have an accent. Those are illegal in the US, by the way. I don't know if you knew this.
What?
Yeah, apparently in the US, you're not allowed to actually put non-edible items inside of food, so those eggs are illegal.
Well, that must be new, because I used to get those as a kid. Not that brand, but just something like
recent. Within the past decade.
All right.
So
Which reminded me of Simba. No.
What?
Yeah, I saw this Lion King universe family tree the other day, and I was like, "Who?" I only knew Simba and like Mufasa and Nala.
There's more?
Apparently, I don't know.
When did they introduce those characters? What? I guess we'll find out when we watch that for Triple Play.
Yeah.
Anyway, it starts with them writing out Nissa for the whole serial.
Yeah, I mean, last week I made this comment like, oh, I bet it's going to be like the Gunfighters where it's like nothing too important. And it is, but to an even greater extent, where it's literally just like, yeah, I was pretty tired. And then she just goes in the TARDIS and doesn't come out ever.
Yeah, the Doctor gives her some sort of O-wave generator thingamabob.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't even see her in the end.
Yeah, no, we see her right at the end of the serial.
Oh.
She comes out and she's like, so what have you guys been doing? The Doctor's
Almost
like,
dying
nothing.
20 times. Yeah, this had something to do with some behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah, I think when they wrote the serial,
Nissa
wasn't a companion.
Created.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess that kind of
How does that work,
makes it
though?
better.
Because Tegan was introduced after Nissa.
Maybe that was supposed to be Nissa, or maybe I guess they were just writing it for for two companions, and they're like, wait, there's 3.
Oh, no. So they wrote out Nissa instead of, Adric.
Yeah. Dang it.
So, after that, the Doctor and co just go wandering through the forest for a bit, and they come upon some plastic hanging in the forest.
Yeah. Some clear plastic tubing. I don't know what it actually looks like blinds, almost.
Yeah.
But they're not. It's like a
Wind chime.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Definitely. Right. Wind chime type thing, and sounds pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah. It plays some sort of scale.
Yeah.
The Doctor's like, oh man, must be some sort of advanced civilization that lives here.
Yeah.
So.
God, the writing in this was just weird. Even for the Doctor, but anyway, we'll get into that a little bit more.
Not for Adric.
Well, Tegan starts to fall asleep.
Well, no, Adric starts wandering off, and the Doctor's like, don't you go wandering off on me, boy. And then he goes wandering off, and the Doctor's like, dang it, now I have to go find Adric. And then Tegan's like, wait up, and then she falls asleep.
Yeah. Guess the scales don't affect the Doctor or Adric.
Well, the Doctor and Adric also get captured by that machine thing.
Yeah, they find some sort of mech thing.
Yeah, and they get taken back to a dome of some sort.
Yeah, we actually see the people in the dome before this. We have Commander Sanders. Feel the burn. No.
Cutting edge political commentary.
And then we have Hindle,
The security advisor.
pretty unhinged. Okay. Yeah, he's pretty unhinged. And then we have scientist woman.
The scientist woman.
I didn't remember her name.
Which is funny, because she was more important than the other two.
Yeah,
she did more than the other two.
Her lab coat was unzipped just enough to reveal her cleavage.
It's practical clothes. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, what was her name?
Todd.
I thought Todd was one of the ones who died.
Only one person died in this serial.
Well, the three who went off and never returned.
No.
Who I thought they were going to do something with, but then they didn't.
No, her name's Todd.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yep. And Sanders is also kind of insane. He's a generic military kind of guy.
Yeah, Hindle is super stringent about the rules, I guess, because he keeps yelling about how when he's in charge, he's going to make the dome better. Make America great again. Make the dome great again.
Yeah, but they're pretty concerned about their other three members who went out into the forest and never returned.
Yeah, they went out in the little mech thing, but they didn't come back in the mech thing. The mech thing came back without people in it.
Yeah, it's actually called the Total Survival Suit.
It's doing more to help them not survive than actually survive.
Yeah, I mean, what with how slow it is, and the fact that the atmosphere doesn't seem to be too dangerous at all.
Yeah. So Todd reveals that they've got kinder hostages just on the dome, and it's totally standard procedure.
Yeah, it was pretty funny because Sanders and Hindle are wondering why the Kinda, who are usually not hostile, are being so hostile towards them, and Todd's like, maybe it was the hostages we took.
Yeah.
Sanders is like, no, that can't be it. Taking hostages is a standard procedure. All according to the manual.
Yeah, I think the doctor makes a sly reference to maybe the Kinder are now taking hostages because they took hostages, but no, everyone just brushes it off. They're like, no. Anyway, Todd takes the doctor and Adric to see the hostages, and she's like, they're probably pretty primitive. And the doctor's like, yeah, seems pretty primitive. And then she's like, nope, just kidding. They've got the double helix on their chest, so they're not primitive.
That line kind of seemed yeah. Oh, God. Just realized. Anyway, that line seemed a bit out of character for the doctor, especially when he mentioned before how advanced they were. But then again, the writing in this wasn't exactly stellar anyway. We forgot to mention, as soon as the doctor and Adric entered the dome, they were held immediately at gunpoint.
Yeah, and then the doctor's like, hey, I'll tell you everything you want to know, just put that gun down. Always assume people are peaceful until they turn violent.
Well, that might not always be the best of advice, but on this planet it would certainly seem to be. Anyway, I just noticed we never actually see the gun fire at all in all 4 episodes, so good on them, saving some money there.
Special effects budget. Yeah, they spent it all on that giant snake.
Yeah.
So
apparently there's some optional CGI snake. Okay, we'll get there.
Well, speaking of the snake, actually, Tegan is now in some sort of dream state that's never clearly defined, but she sees these two people playing checkers, I think.
They kind of explain what it is later. It's like the Mara...
Yeah, they just say the Mara took over her body.
Yeah, I actually liked this dream sequence, though, because 1, it was kind of funny. 2, it was kind of...
nonsense.
Yeah.
These two people are playing checkers and like, oh, do you think she knows we're here? And they're like, yeah, she totally knows we're here. And they disappear and never come back.
They go on into more metaphysical nonsense, but they actually looked really creepy. They kind of looked like the great-grandparents of what's-his-name from the Daemons. That little gargoyle thing that ran around everywhere. Whose name I forgot. Pretty sure he had a name.
Yeah, Yep, everyone has a name except like all of those kinder.
Okay.
So yeah, Adric and the Doctor get separated. I think Adric stays with Hindle and Sanders.
Yeah, Adric once again
Saunders.
siding with the villains
No,
here.
not explicitly.
No,
not till
no.
episode 3.
He holds out this time before betraying his friends.
Yeah, except he betrays the Doctor right in front of him this time instead of, like behind his back.
Okay, thing is, this time it was a little more weird because this time, he does what you kind of expect him to do, which is, kind of bluff his way out of the situation. I'm not making all these kind of puns on purpose, by the way. And he does that. He assists the Doctor by pretending to assist Hindle for a while, but then he just does turn sides, I think. I don't really know, because it's Adric.
This is just Adric's character now. So, yeah, the Doctor makes a sly comment about how an apple a day keeps the Doctor away, but he says it, an apple a day keeps the... Oh, never mind.
This is after they've gone to examine the Kinda, who...
Well, this is when Hindle busts in.
Yeah. We find out, you mentioned it briefly, but the Kinda have like this double helix necklace.
Yeah.
Thing.
I thought it was like...
It was like two snakes intertwined.
I thought it wasn't a necklace at first. I thought it was like...
A tattoo?
No, I thought it was like attached to their bodies. Like they had piercings in their chest.
Oh, God.
And they had attached the double helix. But no, it's way less morbid than that. It's just a necklace.
Yeah. Thankfully for the actors portraying the Kinda.
You mean the extras?
Yeah, the extras portraying the Kinda.
So, Saunders goes off. He's like, I'm going on an expedition. You all stay here. Try not to blow the base up. Hindle's in charge, by the way. And Todd's like, no, please, no.
So as soon as Sanders leaves, Hindle initiates martial law. No. Well, kind of.
Well, yeah.
He immediately turns on the Doctor, Adric, and Todd, has them imprisoned, and hypnotizes the Kinda into doing his bidding with a mirror.
Yeah, I think he hypnotizes the Kinda actually right before the end of episode 1, because the cliffhanger is with him. He's got the gun on the Doctor, and Todd, the Doctor's like, you're not going to shoot us. And then the Kinda come in with guns, all dressed up like Hindle, and they're like, oh, this is awkward. They've got those old-timey explorer hats on.
Yeah.
Saunders has one too.
Yeah. I mean, was it just me, or was Hindle like really heavily coded as gay for like episodes 1 and 2?
I think that was just you.
Okay.
I just thought he was insane.
Well, he was.
Well, actually, right at the start when he kept telling Saunders that what they were doing was wrong, I thought what I thought was going to happen was like he was going to be
John
right.
Leeson's character in what's it called? God, what was that story called? Power of Kroll. That forgettable serial.
No. I thought he was going to turn out to be right, and he was going to like team up with the Doctor, and they're going to take down Saunders, who was going to be like this imperialist who was killing off all these natives. But no, Hindle's just insane.
That route.
No, Hindle's just insane. Like actually insane.
Well, I mean, that was kind of nice there, because you definitely think it's going to go down that route, and then it just completely doesn't. So
yeah. Well, now that Hindle's in charge, he goes even more insane. He just starts threatening the Doctor and Todd. He pulls out all the manuals. He basically threatens to blow up the base, which he actually almost does later on. And basically all around is just a pretty terrible person.
Yeah, he wires the entire base to blow at any moment.
I think he does it when Saunders gets back. Which is when does that happen? That's at the end of episode 2.
So we cut to this old woman and girl.
Old woman and girl.
This is the old woman from episode 2. No.
From an unearthly child.
Wasn't this... I was going to look it up and then I forgot. But wasn't this what's her face from Stones of Blood? Wasn't this the same person?
No.
No?
No.
All right, then. Guess not. Okay. The old woman and the little girl can talk. The other kinda can't. I don't know if we mentioned or not, but they can't.
Yeah, they have like a matriarchal society, I think.
Yeah, so these two have the gift of voice, which means they're like wise and whatnot. And the little girl makes this comment like, "Oh, the people in the dome have to be wise. They have the gift of voice." And they're like, the old woman responds by telling her that voice isn't a mark of wisdom for them. So kind of interesting there.
Yeah.
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 I was just going to point out the fact that they have a matriarchal society, but they only have 2 women and like 60 men.
No, they had women in the crowd there.
Were they really?
Yeah, just you probably just didn't notice because all the men had long hair too. So.
So Tegan is talking with some sort of Joker dude in her dream now, and then he goes off and he's like, "Of course we're real." And then she's alone, and then there's another Tegan, and then there's tons of Tegans.
Millions of Tegans. And then there's only 2 again, and there's one. And she's thinking about eating ice cream, and this is definitely the best explanation of this scene we could have given.
Well, the clown dude is like, "So are you gonna let me use your body or not?" And she's like, "I don't want to be alone." He's like, "Well, you're gonna be alone if you don't let me use it." And she's like, "No," and he disappears. And she's like, "I don't want to be alone." And then she cracks in like 5 seconds. She's like, "Okay, fine."
Yeah, let me just say I really liked this scene, but it was kind of weird that right at the end, the guy's like, "So, are you going to let me use your body?" As if they'd been talking about it the entire time, because they hadn't. Unless I somehow just missed all of that.
Missed all of the exposition.
But I did like the scene because it was weird, and I like weird crap, so...
Well, now he takes over the body, and now
Tegan,
where I thought the serial was going to go was Tegan was going to show up at the dome with, like, the Kinder. She was going to be all evil and take over the dome, and Doctor's going to be like, "Oh no, what do I do?"
Well,
but
that
no,
kind
that
of
didn't
would
happen.
have been better than what happened, because we didn't mention Eris, who'd been snooping around outside the dome for some god unknown reason. No, actually, it's because his brother was one of the hostages.
He's just snooping.
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Lion, I mean, sorry.
No, I think he went back to Snoop Dogg.
And I think he uses them interchangeably.
Great. Great. So, yeah, Eris, he gets his mind read by the younger girl, and she's like, he wants to go take over the dome.
The way younger girl.
And the old lady, no, she was like a teenager.
The old woman was like 120. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
No, I was talking about the young girl.
Yeah.
She was like a teenager.
Yeah. She's like way younger
Way
than the
younger
old
than
woman.
the old one. I thought
Yeah.
just the way young.
Whatever.
The old woman's like, "Nah, we shouldn't let him do that." Anyway, Tegan finds Eris and then passes out in the...
But not before dropping some apples on his head.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know,
she had a snake tattoo on her arm, but now she doesn't. Now it's on Eris.
Yeah. I don't know. They really should have gone down the, Tegan is going to be the villain here route. Because Janet Fielding, I think is her name,
Yeah.
is kind of good at
Acting
evil. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I thought it was going to go, and then nope. Not at all. Anyway, Saunders shows back up with a box. Well, he was given a box by the Kinder, and now he shows back up at the dome with the box.
Yeah, he it actually looked kind of funny, and I don't know why. It just did to me. When he extends or when he reaches his hands out of the total survival suit, I don't know, it just looked kind of, they had like those little hatches, and yeah, he opens the box, and he's like, "Whoa," and you're like, "What's in the box?" And then he comes back to the dome.
Yeah, and then he gives the box to Hindle. He's like, "I got you a present." Now he goes, not insane, but...
He's like placated by something.
He's like a child now.
Yeah.
And Hindle...
But not an insane child like Hindle. More of a normal child.
So, We forgot to mention so Hindel's put the Doctor and Adric and Todd in some sort of containment cell, and Adric's doing some magic tricks for the Doctor. He's like, whoa, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, he's using his Alzarian coin that he's been carrying, apparently.
And then the Doctor somehow, in the span of this serial, learns that trick. Anyway.
Well, in the span of like 5 seconds.
No, because the first time he does it, he's like, pick a head. And Todd's like, that one. He's like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, are you really sure? And she's like, yeah. And he turns it over and the coin's inside. Yeah, but Hindle comes back with the box and they all meet in the control room. And Adric's like, Hindle, buddy, you got some good ideas. So Adric joins Hindle.
So you think?
Well, he does later.
For now, he distracts Hindle so he can get the key to the cell. And then Hindle discovers his deception.
And Adric's like, darn, now I actually have to work with Hindle. But then he's like, nah, maybe Hindle does have some good ideas. Now Saunders gives the box to Hindle, and Hindle takes the box and gives it to the Doctor and Todd and Saunders, who are in the jail cell now. And he's like, open the box! And episode 2 ends with them opening the box and Todd screaming.
Yeah, kind of a lame cliffhanger, actually, because it's like, they spend so much time deliberating over whether or not they should open the box. It's like, oh, there might be something dangerous inside, and I'm like, for God's sake, just open the box!
Well, they did, and there was something dangerous in there, but as it turns out, not to any of the people in that jail cell.
No, that thing could have taken an eye out.
Oh, the springy thing. I was talking about the
Enlightenment
thing.
I thought it was going to be some sort of Pandora's box thing where everything would go completely haywire, but then there would be some way to stop it. I guess.
Except for the Doctor, because he's the Doctor, because he's an idiot, and Todd, because she's a woman.
Yeah,
and
so
Saunders, because he's already been affected.
They open the box, and they can, like, understand the Kinda's point of view. I don't know. This is where an already strange serial got even stranger. Not that I had anything wrong with that.
They had like a shared vision of a cave in a mountainside, and they're like, we gotta go to this cave. So they escape from the dome by ducking under a closed door, and then the ramp is coming up and they just jump off the side.
Yeah, it's coming up super slowly, and Todd hesitates, and the Doctor's like, what are you doing? Go! I think that was supposed to be... Well, I think that scene was supposed to ramp up the tension there.
Yeah.
And them trying to escape, but it didn't really work, because... Yeah.
Well, I guess the ramp was going up like this. So, Hindle's like... Hindle tries to get Adric to build a city with him, and Adric's like, I don't want to build a city. And Hindle's like, all right, I'm going to blow up this dome. And Adric's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And Saunders is like, I'll build a city with you. So they build a city out of boxes. But we don't see him again until like episode 4, so. In episode 3... which also doesn't feature Tegan, I think. I think she's just MIA for episode 3. Asleep on some grassy knoll somewhere. The Doctor and Todd make it to the Kinder. They're talking.
They talk to some sort of mime dude who's doing a bunch of cartwheels.
Yeah, the Doctor does his magic trick and everyone's
Cartwheel
like,
mime dude, best character.
So... they take them to the old lady, and she just wanted Todd, but the Doctor came with, and she's like, what? It's impossible. There wasn't 2 of them. They're like, well, we've got 2 now.
Cut that out.
Yep. So the old lady's like, what? It's impossible. A man has never opened the box and not been driven insane before, unless he's an idiot. And he's like, well, I guess I'm an idiot then.
Well, Sanders seems all right. He just seems way less... abrasive.
The box fixes you. Although, what kind of morality that is. Anyway.
Well, it didn't do anything to, like, anyone, so...
Made Hindle less insane at the end.
A bit less
A
insane.
bit.
Really only affected Sanders, actually.
No, I think it made Hindle better.
Yeah, but didn't do a very good job.
Well, anyway, the old lady's like, well, we needed you, Todd, for some weird as heck ritual. Oh, yeah, the snake thing is in Eris now, and he can talk, and the old lady's like, that's impossible. A man can't talk in our tribe.
Yeah, and they reveal this prophecy at some point where at some point in their history, someone's going to appear who can talk, and he's going to lead them all to ruin or like restart their cycle of full circle. Yeah, there you go. This should have been called Full Circle.
No, that would have made less sense than Kinder.
Yeah, it would have.
They could have called it Under the Dome if they wanted to.
I mean, it should have been called The Kinda, which was actually the working title. Because, I mean, what does Kinda refer to? Just one Kinda?
Or Kinda, if you don't know what
Kinda.
the serial's about.
Maybe it is just Kinda. Coincidentally, and they have the Kinda, but the title of the serial is Kinda. I mean, they don't say the title aloud. It just appears on the screen, so we don't know.
I think we do.
We have a pretty good guess.
No, because I
But
think
we
the
don't know for
novelization would spell Kinda, Kinda, and then you would extrapolate the pronunciation from the serial. So
That doesn't mean anything.
I think
It heavily hints at something.
I think that's
doesn't necessarily.
I think that's
mean
enough
anything.
evidence for the jury to convict.
Eris.
Yeah, so he's all like, "Oh yeah, all the people follow me now, so we're gonna go attack the dome." And the old woman's like,
Yep.
"No, we gotta do this weird ritual."
And she goes into some kind of trance, and they all go into some kind of trance, and then some weird stuff happens, and then there's clocks everywhere.
Yeah, the robo device kills that jester court mime thing, or stifles it or something in the vision, not in real life.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, actually, it was a bunch of clocks and then one metronome, right?
Yeah, something like that. And then they get out of the vision, and oh no, the old woman's dead. That's actually the cliffhanger, by the way. The old woman's dead.
Same dang thing that happened in episode 2 or 3 of the show. So, Unearthly Child.
So the doctor and Todd are like, we gotta get back to that dome. Meanwhile, in the dome, they've built a city.
Yeah, they actually discussed the weird vision they had. Todd was like, is that the future or the past that we just saw? And the doctor's like, both. No, let's go. And they're just like, what?
What?
Well,
what?
What you get out of it is that Eris is going to lead them all to ruin, so I guess that's fine, but...
I guess that's fine.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, I guess they were all timekeeping devices. The clocks and the metronome, even if it's not necessarily a clock.
Whatever.
Not that that makes it any more... Yeah.
And more what?
Never mind.
More good.
Yeah, so they have to get back to the dome. And yeah, they've built a city in the dome. And Sanders is making some paper cutout guys.
People.
Yeah. And then they accidentally kill one.
No, that's when the doctor gets back. Because you forgot the scene where Adric comes out in the mech thing.
Yeah,
And it's going crazy.
Adric wants to take a walk.
Oh, they find Tegan too, by the way.
Yeah, find Tegan, wake her up. She doesn't know what's going on. God, that scene with Adric later. It's just terrible.
We're gonna get there in a minute. So Adric takes a walk. He gets into the machine for some reason instead of just, opening the door and just leaving. But he goes
he wants
out.
to pilot the cool total survival suit.
Anyway,
He
goes
gets
crazy.
all of 6 feet away from the dome with how slow it moves. And I like how it just pushes the fallen underbrush there. Not underbrush, but the fallen leaves there on the ground out of the way. Anyway.
It goes insane, and Adric's like, help!
Yeah. See, this was actually kind of a nice touch, I guess, because when they first come across it at the beginning of the serial, they're like, oh, it's controlled by brainwaves. And at the end, Adric can't control it because his mind is too Adric-y.
It's too Adric.
So he needs some help. He gets it.
Yeah, the doctor helps him out after he shoots Eris.
Yeah, the Kinda are coming to storm the dome, of course.
So the doctor gets him out and is like, your fear was controlling it, but you're okay now. Let's go to that dome and stop him from blowing up the world.
/ dome.
/ dome.
Well, I mean, kind of is the world to Hindle.
Well, it's kind of unclear because I think in episode 4 at some point the doctor explicitly says it's going to blow up the world. But like the way Hindle's been describing it, it's like, these will just totally vaporize the dome and we'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Hindle also has a theory about the plants,
which doesn't come into play.
No, it doesn't. I kind of thought it was going to / wished it did. I mean, I kind of thought they were going to link the villain, the Mara, to the plants or something. But
maybe it evolved from plants.
God. Maybe it evolved from spiders.
So it's revealed that there's this telepathic entity named the Mara who's taken over Tegan at first and now Eris. That's what the snake tattoo is.
Yeah, the Mara is actually a real world thing.
Yeah, the doctor
Mara
knows
just
about
means snake.
Yeah, the doctor knows about this legend of the Mara. The old lady's like, yeah, the Mara.
Yeah, there's a lot of Buddhist stuff in this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Mara is actually from Hindu mythology.
Probably.
But that stuff is kind of intertwined, I think. Anyway. No, Buddhism is newer, but...
And Buddhism.
Yeah, anyway... That's where the whole cycle of regeneration comes from. Mm-hmm. Buddhism, but yeah. So the Mara is kind of a bad dude.
It's a snake. It's actually a snake. Yeah, the doctor and Todd and them go into the room, and Hindle pops out of a box to surprise them, but Saunders had already given away that it was in the box. He was all upset, and the doctor accidentally steps on a man, and then Hindle, for some reason, tries to grab the man from under the doctor's feet and tears his head off.
Yeah, and then Sanders is like, oh, it's okay, it can be easily mended. And then Hindle's like, what? You can't mend people? You can't mend people? Meanwhile, Tegan and Adric are having a pleasant little conversation. Pleasant until Adric decides to snap at her.
Yeah, he's basically like, this is all your fault, Tegan. None of this would have happened if you hadn't fallen asleep on that knoll.
Yeah, no, they're actually just discussing what to do. And then Adric's like, you realize this is all your fault, right? And Tegan's like, what? And he's like, yeah, we blame you.
and then she's like, well, if you weren't so scared in that device of yours. And he's like, well, that was different.
Seems like every writer for this show is just trying to make you hate Adric and doing a pretty dang good job of it. And then in a little bit, they think the doctor has failed to stop Hindle from pressing the button that's going to blow everyone up. And Adric mentions...
Hindle opens the box.
Yeah, Adric mentions that, and Tegan's like, but we don't know that for sure. And Adric's like, will you just shut up? Did you notice that?
Yes.
Yeah. God. And then,
this is just Adric's character.
Yeah, yep. And like a second later, the doctor comes by and he's like, good news, guys. I deactivated all the bombs.
And Adric's like,
I really wish Tegan just gave Adric an evil stare, because, once again, she's really good at it.
Yeah, Hindle opened the box, and the box makes the lights flicker.
That's what it does. We nailed it down.
Well, it does, both times, actually. But the doctor's like, oh yeah, it just emits a high-pitched frequency that we can't hear that heals you.
The doctor asks Hindle how he controlled the Kinda, and Hindle reveals that he used mirrors to hypnotize them, and that gives the doctor the idea to stop the Morrow with a bunch of mirrors.
Yeah, And he tries to instead of just rolling with it, he tries to justify it to Tegan. He's like, what's the one thing evil can't look at? Itself, obviously.
I wonder if this is from mythology. Probably.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things on this show are drawn from mythology because the writers are lazy.
Well, no, I mean, like, everything is drawn from mythology, essentially. Most fiction.
Most, but not all.
No, not all.
The serial is also grounded in history because there's a lot of colonial overtones, again, because they like doing that on this show.
Yeah, they do.
Even going so far as to get them those weird little hat things.
Well, they kind of subvert most of it here with Sanders.
Kind of. But the intent is still there.
Kinda.
They were still gonna kill all the Kinda. Because, I don't think we mentioned this, but the point of their mission was to find out if the planet was habitable. And if it was, they were supposed to send a message back to
wherever they're from,
their
which
home
we
planet.
can assume it's Earth because of their names, but they never actually say, so.
And then they would all come and colonize the planet. So, yeah. That's the thing. Anyway, the doctor's like, well, we gotta go stop the Mara now because it might end up destroying everyone. So they get giant solar collectors because they don't have giant mirrors. And they box in Eris,
Yeah,
the Mara.
I kind of wondered how he was so easily led into a trap. I mean,
Because they needed to wrap up the serial.
they had 5 minutes left.
Well, then they draw this out for like 5 minutes.
They do.
Because you see the snake thrashing around inside the mirrors for a good 5 minutes. Though there is some nice slow-mo-y special effect thing going on.
Yeah, nice.
I liked it.
Quote unquote. Yeah, they turn the mirrors around and the snake is expelled from Eris's body. And you're like, oh god, it's horrible! It's a toy snake!
No, but then it gets really big and you're like,
Yeah.
whoa, it's a giant snake.
It's a giant toy snake. It's a big puppet.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good, but I still liked it.
Yeah.
Kinda like, I don't know how else to
agree.
describe it.
Jeez.
Yeah, and it kind of just flails around for a bit. Not the puppet. The puppet's too big to flail around. The puppet just kind of stays still while they have some neat-ish visual effects on screen.
Yeah, they shake the camera. Tegan looks at the snake.
Tried and true method.
Tegan looks at the snake and is like, Doc's like, you okay? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you?
Yeah, vaguely.
Okay.
I don't think we should talk about that because I don't know everything. And I don't think you know everything either, so.
No, probably not.
Anyway.
So then they go back to the TARDIS and Nissa is like, what's up, guys? And Todd's like, you don't go travel in that ship. And he's like, yep, that would be insane. Why would we ever do that? And then they get in the TARDIS and the Doctor's like, man, I think paradise really is too green. And then it ends.
There's a nice scene with Hindle and Sanders.
Oh, yeah,
at the
just
end.
trekking through the forest.
Yeah. I don't know, I felt like that kind of wrapped up their character arcs, if you can even call them that.
They were affected by a magic box. That's their character arc.
Hindle had all that stuff about being abused as a kid, which was interesting.
Uncomfortable and awkward for this show. Never really dealt with anything on that scale before. And they kind of just brush it aside. So,
Well, I did feel that the end scene there kind of gave it some closure. Sanders was a cool character.
Sanders was cool after the magic box affected him, is what you mean.
They decide, by the way, that they're not going to colonize the planet. They're just going to give in the report that it's uninhabitable.
Yep. So
they're going to lie through their teeth.
well, it is uninhabitable because there's another species there.
Doesn't mean they can't coexist. And by
when has that ever
and by
worked?
coexist, I mean just usurp all of their power, resources, and just completely drive them out.
Yeah, when has that
kind
ever
of
worked?
like we did in this country. Anyway.
Cutting edge political commentary. I liked this cereal though.
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but
It was enjoyable.
Wasn't the worst.
That's actually everything about this cereal. It's like nothing really else to say. Kind
Except
of
that
bummed
it's-
that they wrote Nissa out though.
Yeah, well,
That's just the downfall of a 3-companion tortoise.
I think we're still gonna have to see on that. 'Cause
I don't know. We've had a pretty consistent pattern in these past 3 cereals.
I think we're still gonna have to see, because this
I'll
This
be
was
proven
due-
right.
this was due to some of the writing / behind the scenes stuff, but I guess one thing this serial does is set up some stuff that's gonna go down next season.
I mean,
Interestingly enough,
or
so-
that'll go down eventually, hopefully.
yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that's Kinder.
Yeah.
Email us at thedoctordecadavevegetable.com. Questions, comments, concerns, arguments, love letters, thoughts on Adric. Because we're always looking for thoughts on Adric. Check us out on YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play at Trust Your Doctor. Leave a rating if you like the show.
Yeah. Also check us out on Facebook. Trust Your Doctor and like us on Facebook, and also check us out on Twitter at TYD Podcast and follow us on Twitter. And next week we watch The Visitation, but until then, the end.